Due to an increase in gas prices, a man who hangs from the passenger side of his best friend's ride is no longer a scrub. He's a man making smart financial decisions, and I, for one, am intrigued.
I just sit up and top this and top and this out my lifestyle. I just tell up and I don't even know if you come and tell the beginning. $98 fucking to fill up the tank today. $98 fucking $98 fucking. I have to decide between buying gas or buying food. And guess who wins? Because I have to get to the job that I need to fucking buy anything at all. That doesn't pay me enough. And people want to donate $1,000 to fucking cats. 98 goddamn dollars at Costco to fill up my tank. $98! $5.50 a tank. $5.50 a gallon at Costco. $5.50 a gallon at Costco.
All right, before I go in on this, I just want to say I took one of these last night. George Lopez, Chingon, Horchata gummies. I'm still high. It's 8:30 in the morning on July 14th, 2022. Took this last night at like around 7:30. Took about 2 hours to kick in, and I'm still high. What are you driving that you need to fill it up with 17 gallons of gas? That's what I want to know. Here's a list of the top 5 vehicles that have the biggest gas tanks. I'm assuming you drive one of these.
This is the work of the fucking religious right. Listen to Robert Reich, who clearly, who gives us all of the evidence about how our poverty is a choice that our government made for us.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
A CEO is not worth 351 times what I get paid. Ever.
I did math, so check this out.
I'm sitting here wondering. I'm sitting here wondering.
Fuck you, religious right. Who are doing this and have been doing this to us. Fuck you, profiteering companies. Fuck you, billionaires. Stealing us, breaking our backs. Stealing from us. Profiteering off of us. Let me repeat, I have to decide between buying food or gas.
But based on your logic and math, if you're only making $1.78 an hour, what are you doing driving a vehicle that costs $98 to fill up when you should be going into like a a Kia? I mean, something more practical. Maybe a Toyota Yaris. Something more practical. So you can still get your wine and your filet mignons or whatever the case. Whatever. I don't know what you get at the grocery store. Your box wine because you want to feel fancy. I don't know.
Guess which one wins?
it is time for me to debunk the current Republican talking points. They are blaming the Democrats for high gas prices, yet 207 of them voted against a Democrat bill that would have prevented the gas companies from price gouging.
Okay, Democrats are currently pissed off because not a single Republican in Congress voted in favor of the Consumer Fuel Price Gouging Prevention Act. And they're basically using this as an opportunity to put all of the blame about gas prices back onto Republicans. But here's where they're wrong about the bill. This anti-gouging act will not just automatically and seamlessly lower gas prices across the board. What it will do is allow state and federal governments to bring civil suits against gas companies for unconscionable pricing. And in typical DC fashion, the act is made up of very subjective and vague language. And in the simplest terms, it basically gives bureaucrats the power to manipulate supply and demand and interfere in the energy market. It will essentially allow them to put price controls on gas. When have price controls ever worked? They literally tried this exact same thing with fuel in the 70s, and it was a massive disaster. There was a huge fuel shortage, there were gas lines, prices soared. We don't want that to happen again. Free markets and supply and demand that is not manipulated by the government is essential for a capitalist system. These prices trigger producers to know when they need to lower their prices, expand to create more product, have more innovation. And when the government gets involved, the supply and demand gets all misaligned. And guys, we know that Biden is a very anti-energy president. Keystone Pipeline, anyone? This will absolutely hinder investment and development in energy. This will not be good for the American people. So don't blame the Republicans. I think they voted correctly.
Tell me you don't know what you're talking about without telling me you don't know what you're talking about. I think it might be safe to assume that you, sir or ma'am, believe that gas prices went up because of what Hollywood and the media told you and what Jen Psaki told you. That the prices skyrocketed all at one time because of the invasion into Ukraine. Problem is, a lot of us remember that gas prices were going up way before that. And there's two main factors as to why gas prices have skyrocketed like they have. What Putin has done and the sanctions on Russia have only exacerbated it. One of the main things that have done it is, you guessed it, inflation. Our government has been printing money like it's going out of style, which causes prices to go up. Because there's more money in circulation for the same products. So they raise the prices. And then your boy and his administration have done everything they possibly can so far to take us away from energy independence and push us towards green energy. That means shutting down the planned Keystone Pipeline. That means canceling contracts to mine for oil on federal lands. That means tightening restrictions on oil companies instead of loosening them like Trump did. You see, you throw all those little ingredients into a pot and you get $4.50 a gallon gas. And that, sir, has happened under Biden's watch. So if y'all get to blame Orange Man for you even having a hangnail, then I think we can hang this on Biden's watch. I bet you thought you did something there, huh?
$98 fucking dollars!
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right.
Hey, it's your fellow creator, Izzy Really, with the PSA about the benefits of being a truck driver.
Now, some believe that one of the benefits is that you get to travel the country and see all sorts of sights. Stop at interesting gas stations for the drinks and some of the food. You even get to be your own boss. But for me, it's the nutritional treasures that you find just laying around. For instance, if you're ever thirsty, you could find all sorts of apple juice just laying around. And if you're anything like me, you will get thirsty. Just look at it. It's free. Sure, sometimes it could be warm. but it's refreshing and quenching. So the next time you think about a new career, try truck driving. It's awesome and thirst quenching.